All right.
Oh,
Hello, everyone. It is Friday, and I'm kind of really happy about that this week. So let's celebrate a little bit on that. And we are going to walk through some Pagewheel version 2 stuff because things are working so much better and it makes me happy inside. Um, I know there still are a few things that people are sending, and the team has, I think, stomped out most of the life-altering bugs. So I don't want to just make a sweeping statement because I know you'll come across stuff that are like, hey, that's weird. So keep those coming in. We're attacking them as we go, but I think in the most part, we have like some things that are working really well. So before we get started going through anything, does anyone have any questions? If you have a specific bug, I'm glad to take that afterwards. Kathy has to drop off for the video. So anything anyone has issues
Holly, yesterday April and I were working on my Pagewheel account and
with?
doing some things. We ran across some couple of bugs, some of which were fixed before we were finished.
Yeah.
Um, I want to wait till she gets on so she can
Okay.
explain all the things. Thank you.
That sounds great. And at the end of this today, I'm available for a little while for anybody who wants to walk through specific things that are kind of stopping you down. Because I know that we've gotten a lot of the major issues, kind of conquered, but that doesn't mean like the little tweaks and the little quirks or, you entering it from a different place than we did might thing.
I'd like to be on that list for
Yeah.
staying after.
Okay, just stay
Stay
after.
after school.
Yeah, I plan
Yeah.
on just work here for about 20 or 30 minutes. Okay. Yeah, and I don't even know that I have knowledge about that, but we can ask the group because I think there's people in the group that do. So we'll do that at the end
An-
too.
Yeah, Angie, I could help you if you need it.
Perfect. See, I knew there was smart people in here. Okay, I'm gonna go into, and is Cynthia here? Yes, she is, because her she'll recognize something in here, my account. I might have been testing something that Cynthia's making, so I will delete those after we get done here. All right.
I recognize those.
Yeah, several of you do, because we were having back in
I created them.
yeah, back in the days of the PDFs, we thought it was too long, and then we figured out it was something else. All right. So I'm just going to walk through just making a simple product here, just because things are in different places, especially if you're new or you haven't used it since version 1. So I'm going to take you to the product builder. And this, if you don't see this, then you're going to want to switch it over to the 2.0. If you are switching it over for the 2.0 for the first time, it's probably going to kick you out and make you log in again. And then if you have to do that, you might as well click over to the copy pack side and log in there. And once you do that, come back and then you're logged in, and you won't have to do that again unless we do a super major update, which hopefully we're beyond that. So if you don't see these 3 things, that's a really good indication that you don't have the version 2.0 updated. So go ahead and switch it. And then let's go ahead and grab a PDF. And I don't think oh, there we go. I opened up to a PDF. So let's just grab it. So then you're going to say, obviously, we need you to have the authorization for that. So this is, I want to add Pagewheel pages to my product. So if you're adding Pagewheel pages, you'll jump right into the branding. So I'm going to grab my colors. If I want it to change anything, I would do that. I'm going to go ahead and, I always like the default of the black because it's the most definition. And then what I uploaded was a cloud template for a cloud craft that we have. So I don't necessarily want to call this cloud. Let's go how to make cloud art. Let's go preschool cloud art. And then I'm going to go ahead and run this through AI, but I know this particular craft is based on Learn and Fun. Let's do that. I'm going to add that and then I'm going to edit it because this is actually on the Little Cloud book by Eric Carle. This based on that. So for let's see, Eric Carle book craft. All right, let's add a cover. So when you upload a PDF, it's going to default to no cover. If you are uploading something that you want to use the first page as a cover, or you're going to be uploading a cover, then you want the no cover. That's in our world, that's considered a no cover if you're uploading a cover. If you want to use one of our covers, then you're gonna obviously uncheck the no cover. So I want something kind of fun because it's preschool. Let's go with it. Oh, there's clouds. That's obvious. And then you can see it makes more sense that we maybe put that on that for this situation. All right, so that's all I have right now is my cloud template. And what I'm going to do is add a page, and let's go ahead and add a recipe and a tutorial. And let's see, let's go ahead and do this. Add a page. All right, so I'm going to see if I can find a picture here that I have you guys over top all my stuff here. So cloud, oh, it doesn't want to do, here we go. Let's just grab it. I would actually not use this in real life because this is a, let's crop image. So you can see I'm using the actual book cover of the Eric Carle, which I really don't have rights to do in this. So I probably wouldn't use that normally. But for this, I will show it to you. And then this is funny, the how to make, it's giving me a cloud art, which is pretty fun. It's actually not that much different than what I'm doing. But what I would do is it's going to automatically create something based on what's up here. You could obviously rerun this because let's to make preschool cloud art project using paint and cloud template. Let's see what happens. It's not loving my image there, so it's still doing that. Let me see if I can. Let me grab one that may be the wrong size. All right, raw image. Here we go. There we go, that looks better. All right, let's see if this works again. But the truth is, I just have this written out so I could just go in template, explain. So basically pretty good. I'd probably go in and just edit it for what we need. Let's go ahead and add a page. We'll add the About Me page because I mean, it is all about me when it comes to. But this, one of the reasons why I liked adding an About Me page is because then it will automatically place image. It'll automatically add it to the sales page. Let's see.
In progress.
That's very ominous.
It was me, I'm sorry.
I know.
Ollie, from this window, can you delete? Never mind, I just answered my own question.
I love it when that happens. All right. So that's what I'm going to have. Let's go ahead and publish that. I could add another PDF. I could add a batch. I could add more pages. But like what I'm thinking for this is just like a printable that might go along with it, like a video I do or something like that. So let's go ahead and push this out. So, and you think about like, if I was just doing like tutorial videos and that kind of stuff, if somebody wanted that template, they're gonna, even as simple as that cloud template is, I have people every day downloading it. Like it is 3 clouds on a piece of paper. So, but the truth is it's like, you want to make it easy on yourself. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just make sure you want to, and here I might like tone down and just say, hey, this is like the instructions and the template for the craft. And in fact, I might have left the template. If that was a fancier template, I might have left that as the image. If it was like, if I'm giving away the template, and I might have just toned down some of this information or hide some sections. You don't have to use them all. Let's go ahead and then, make sure that this looks good. And then obviously, let me go ahead and change this. All right. And then in this case, that's probably why, when I'm thinking about back now, I probably would have put the template as the cover, just so because that's kind of what I'm forward facing. If you were doing some tracking, you would put the pixels in here. If you wanted to make this something, so I could do let me go back here. It's still having the problem of the spacing here, so. In fact, it doesn't even want me to change this. This will be fixed later today. And then I would probably change this up a little bit to be less salesy and more like, hey, here's your template. In fact, I have a template for when I deliver things that say, yay, your template's here. So put it in my language. So then we have this here that we can open. Yes, Peg.
So back on the previous screen right there, is there a way to change the spacing in the title? Like April and I were working on something that said 10 card challenge. And it was even the 10 up top and the card on the second line. We were trying to switch that all around and it wasn't letting me.
Yeah, that is something that you might want to try a different. Right now, there's not a lot of flexibility in that. One of the things that would be really helpful, you guys, is when you come across something that you can't change, screenshot it, send it in to us and just say, hey, this is like, this doesn't look right. I need something with a little bit longer. The other thing to do is let's go back to, this is what we just made. I'm going to click in straight to the website and get out of that. And then what you might do here is go ahead and change the, let's see where we go, is change the overall template. My computer's shut down. Let me get out of a few tabs here. Okay. You should be able to use this button just to switch to a new template. Which sometimes because the image is going to be at a different place, you might have better luck with whatever headlines you're doing.
Okay.
And I do not know why that's not working. There you go. Now that one's the same, but then here, and it does look like the spacing is pretty much the same on all of those. So, but screenshot that and send it in because I think that's a super valid idea. One of the things that we might do is have one of these templates have a little bit different spacing so that, because, and, just philosophically, I want everybody to step back and kind of understand where we got to this point. Is we've tried to make as few decisions for you as possible because we're thinking we just need to launch this. And that's one of the reasons why I love, like Rachel was super genius when she designed this because the simple stuff is all visible. And then if you want to complicate it, then you're clicking on adding sections and stuff like that. Because really, in the end, we just want it published. So sometimes you're like, I just wish I could alter this a little bit, but it's there because it's quick and easy. But that doesn't mean we can't in the future make it a little bit easier for you to customize simple things like the spacing and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Does someone else have, was someone else had a question? I feel like they did.
I did, but then you actually answered it when you were.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, so let's go on. So that was the delivery page, and then the tracking page and all that kind of good stuff. Oh, I have to hit the publish button. And then what we're going to do, what is really fun now, is after you've made your stuff, you just click this and it's going to take you straight over, and it logged me out, so I have to log back in to the copy pack side. And so this is not to the point where it's pre-populating what you just made. That is a goal for us eventually. But so what you're going to do when you get over here is you're going to say preschool cloud art project with printable template. And then if you wanted to basically make anything like a social count, let's make a social calendar to promote that. So, and we've talked a lot about making things and putting things together and opt-ins and low ticket things. But truthfully, the only way anyone's going to know you have that is if you let the word out on the internet. And so this is, and one of the things I think we are so, icky about sometimes is having what we feel like is the same conversation over and over again. But mathematically, for the majority of your audience or your followers or your readers to see something, you're going to have to present it many times, just mathematically to hit 100%. And then mathematically, for someone to take action, sometimes they need to see it 8, 10 times. So when you think about mathematically how many times you have to get it out to even have them see it once, and then it's exponential for them to see it enough times that we're like, oh, I want it, I was thinking about that template. I was, and think about a mom with preschoolers at this minute. Like she's like on Facebook, she's scrolling, she sees a fun thing to do with her preschooler, but like she's like, in car line or doing a million things. And then, so she's like, oh, that sounds really fun. And then she's like, oh, I have pain, she's, we're going through this stuff in your head. But then like, when she finally gets to it, she's like, oh crap, there was like a template. Like I could have, I make my life easier, but she has no idea where I am at this point and where this craft template is. And that's one of the reasons why, like, being present in her email, in her feed, on the website, giving her many, many ways to get what she needs is a service to her. It's not spamming her. And that's what I want you guys to start thinking about, how that goes, is like, if you don't let people know, then how are they going to know? How are they going to solve their problem if they don't know you have the solution? So making a calendar, and it's not crazy for me to go out and post multiple times a week in different ways about this craft, okay? Because every time I'm going to do it a little bit different. So introduce our creative preschool cloud art project and invite parents to download the printable template from the website. Like, hey, you need something super quick and easy to do, because literally this is paint with a cotton ball on a template. Like, we're talking no setup, 5 minutes, and your kid has done something pretty amazing that you can read the book about or you can talk about and all that kind of stuff. So here, share tips on how to engage children in art making and process and encourage creativity. So you see that second one even isn't a direct sale of the cloud template, or it's a different conversation. It's like, hey, let's provide our kids with open-ended activities. And here's one that it's really easy for you you probably have everything you need, and here's the template for it. You literally need, do you have cotton balls? Do you have some sort of paint? Kids don't care if it's white, and like a paper of some sort, and the template. So, and then you can see how I can have a conversation from feature a video of how I did this with kids, or how I did it with myself, or even what we would call a hands and pans video, where it's like, you see all those recipes where you don't even know who's making it. You could do that with that. Or you could show how one of the things that we do on kids activities is we wear out a craft. So like this might be shown with cotton balls on the original thing, but then we might show oh, look how it looks different when you use a paintbrush, or what it looks different if you use a sponge, or like getting kids to start thinking about different things. So you could do the same thing with all these social media hits and stories, and like you might start with host a giveaway of art supplies. You know, like, you could do something completely different, but it all leads back to, hey, do you want my template? Here it is, kind of thing. So let's go back to and just look at one more thing of that. So you can see you have one idea here, and then you have basically unlimited stuff. So all sorts of different viral hooks, which are kind of ways to make headlines. There's tweetable posts, there's Pinterest descriptions, there's posts, there's conversations you can have in a Facebook group. Maybe you have a craft Facebook group that you could talk about, or you're in a mom Facebook group that you want to bring up crafts and how you use crafts every day, not necessarily because your kids are crafty. I have 3 boys who not crafty, but I use crafts to distract them and keep them out of trouble. So that is a legitimate conversation the internet is not normally having. So thinking about how all these things, and I might prompt that in a little different way. I might say to do with, kids that don't like crafts, that kind of stuff. So then there's also like, I could put my entire blog post, do a blog post with this whole idea. Now I started with a blog post in this case, but like maybe I wanted to write an extension blog post. So I could put that in here, grab that language, and then edit it as needed. Also keyword strategy for this is here, all sorts of stuff. And then if I wanted to do a series of video scripts, maybe just little hits on social media, maybe some shorts, maybe a longer tutorial, this is going to give me some ideas on how to do that. Or what about a 5-day challenge? I mean, this is like, what about, let's do something really simple, crafty with maybe these 3 craft supplies with your child every day this week. Like, what a lovely thing to do. So there's so many ideas in here. Don't just think, oh, I've got to promote this as a template for a craft. There's a million conversations you can have around this that would lead someone to say, hey, I need that cloud template. And then you have them on your list, or you sold them something. All right. Any questions about anything?
I'm going to ask a totally self-serving question then.
Yes, crafter.
Since nobody else has one. When you did the DIY page, I mean, this is just, I'm going to dream big here.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to do the DIY page, save the information, and then run it again and get a second page and run it again and get a third page, like 5 days of cloud crafts? Because I know you couldn't put them all on the one DIY page, but what if you got
Yes.
5 days and made a PDF? I mean, I could do it. I could go in and keep doing it, but I'm
Yeah,
wondering if we
I think so. Basically, I think we could have done that now is save that page. So what you want to do is then put that page into your book. So kind of go out, add that page. So once it's in your book, when you go back in and add another page, even though it's an identical page, the only caveat on that is the About Me pages may be coded a little bit different, but for the average pages, our idea, and there's people in here who've made recipe books, 20 recipes using the same template.
Yeah, so if I did 5 projects using just paint, glitter, and glue for adults, right? And then wrote a blog post about it after the fact.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and see, that's the cool thing is like now, because it came up with a cloud craft I don't have on my site. You know what I mean? Or you could easily go in and keep asking it like a preschool cloud craft using a template. And they came up with the one with the cotton balls. I happen to have cotton balls in mine because we use it as the painting thing. But yes, like you could easily use the AI to spark some ideas. You're going to be, the good news is you're going to look at that as a human and say, and as a crafter with expertise, like, okay, that seems doable. Or not.
Crazy.
But like, I think the other side of that is what a fun like series of videos for you to say, AI wrote these instructions.
Oh my gosh, yes. Because everybody's
let's
afraid
see
to
if
try
it
right now.
works. Yeah.
Let's test it.
Let's test it. So that gets you some attention beyond the craft, and it shows personality and people get to know
Yeah.
you. And
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
way, you guys, if you get on video and you realize that the AI is wrong, is you can go in and edit that book, and anyone that downloads it after you edit it is going to have those edits. So
As in
yeah.
videos too.
And then I would literally put a link to that video on that page and say, this was updated in,
Yeah.
April of 2024 because of this,
Yeah.
just to give people a good laugh.
Don't
But
let ChatGPT make your crafts.
yeah, I mean, I think we all know not to trust it on the recipe side for, for things beyond just regular
Basic.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you can see how like one thing could have been a 5-day challenge without hardly even lifting a finger.
Yeah. Yeah. You could create something like for parents, like, okay, it's spring break. We got to craft with using these 3 things every single day this week for you. It's all done. Right? You just keep bringing these supplies in.
Yeah. In fact, let me show you the pin I made yesterday. So I have a writer that's let's see, how am I going to show this to you? Let me see if I can, this second. Let me get out and try a different thing. I have a writer who's a art student, and so she put together this really cool article of using 5, like I think it was six art projects using your kids' senses. So like sense of smell, sense of taste, all these kind of things. And shoot, let me see if I can find it. And so it was a really cool thing. And I was trying to figure out, and by the way, when I pin on Pinterest, a lot of these conversations I just had when we went through the packs are going along, like, how can I promote it to like someone who might, because they're really good things, but it's not just a sense craft. And so one of the things that I ended up coming up with, why is this so silly? I found it, so hopefully I can show it to you in just a second. Oh yeah, here. I think I can share my screen now. Yeah, here we go. And I'm sorry, it's not super big, but so sensory art project, 6 easy ideas using paper, crayons, and marker. So, and then I have this, samples of the 6 ideas, but this is going to attract that person that is like, all I have in my house is paper and crayons. Beyond the, like, and then they're like, oh, the cool thing is it is an extension beyond just that activity, is you actually get it. And there's a YouTube video embedded into that post from a kid's movie about using your senses to create art and stuff like that. So something as simple as all I have right now, or all I can get my hands on, is a crayon and a piece of paper. Oh, this actually, here's 6 ideas that are way more than I probably would have come up with right now. So thinking about like just how you can take that extension. And by the way, some of the pins are going to have, emphasize just one of them. Some of the pins are, and just like the conversations you're going to have on the internet, you might just highlight one of the activities and don't even mention the other 5 in some of those posts. So you can see how you can like literally talk about this one article or one piece of content a million ways.
Yeah, it's true. And it's because people, I'll speak for myself, but we do kind of get stuck in our ruts, and we can't imagine, like you say, what can I do with crayons and glitter and cotton balls? And I don't even have any glue. Right?
Yeah.
And then one comes on, it's easy. I got 6 ideas for you.
Well, and Kathy said also these are great for grandparents. So I was concentrating on the activities and how you could extend the activities, but think about what she did is she looked at what different audiences could use this. So grandparents, or we could take it to more of an adult crafting things by just tweaking 1 or 2 things. Or Kim, you might be teaching a craft that then the next day you teach it how to dumb it down you don't have to say that on the internet, for a preschooler so that they can do it with their kids or grandkids, you know,
It's
so like you can expand and they still need that same template. And that's the beauty of all this is like
Yeah.
you're giving a million ways to get them to that one thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Activity directors, senior centers. Yes. Yes.
Party.
Yes. I love it.
I did bobbing for apples one year at my kid's birthday party in March, and the kids loved it. And it was totally because I was, the whole class was coming. I had no ideas. Birthday parties were not a big deal back then. It was a cake, some gifts, some loot bags, which were, you know, a few things, and a couple of games. And bobbing for apples, they were like, it was the best party ever as far as they were concerned.
I love it. All right, I'm going to close down the recording right now, and then we'll go into any issues people are having that we can solve this weekend for you. So I will see you on Monday, and on Monday is the eclipse. So, and that's happening just a little bit before the eclipse. So I think we're good to go. So have a good weekend, everybody. I'm going to shut down this recording.